The Lumberton County Jane Doe was found on June 2nd, 1978, by a farmer who was putting out fertilizer in a cornfield along U.S. Route 74 and approximately 1 mile east of Interstate 95, which was near an asphalt plant. She was approximately 15 to 22 years old and was deceased approximately 2 to 4 weeks. She was approximately 5'3" tall and 95 to 110 pounds. She was of a white race, and she had light brown hair or reddish brown hair, which was at medium length. Her eye color was undetermined at the time due to her state of decomposition. She was found in Lumberton County, North Carolina. Her fingers and her toenails were painted with a red metallic color, and no cause of death was determined. However, authorities do say that it is not suspicious or not to be a homicide. DNA and dental records are on file, however fingerprints were not available, as she was not recognizable and mummified at the time of her discovery. There has been no signs of trauma, and there doesn't seem to be any violence which led to her death. She was wearing jeans that were slightly ragged and with cut-off bottoms. A pair of shoes were also on her, which were one open-toe shoe wedge, with a canvas strap with a flower design on the front, and they had rubber soles and were 5 to 6 in size. Her shirt was also a sweater with a hood, with very short sleeves, with horizontal stripes and various shapes, and the color of the shirt did match the shoes, which were white. And she was also wearing bikini-style panties. According to Reddit, it is likely that she could be Native American due to the Lumbee tribe, which was in the area of Lumberton, North Carolina. As it was noticed, she did have a larger forehead, which is apparently a sign of being in the tribe in the area. So what led up to her death? Since it seems like there was no attempt to cover the body, it seems like it was either accidental or suicidal. She could have been hanging out with the wrong people at the time, or there was some sort of overdose and she was left there by the people that she was hanging out with. Robertson County was nearby. It was a violent area with high crime and poverty. There could be a traveling serial killer along the state, or she could have been possibly from another state, as no one tried to claim her yet. She could also be a runaway, or it can be just a suicide. Many do not think that she is local. As of 1980, the town had a population of 18,000 people, and everyone would have known each other by then. According to one user, I will put her name up on the screen here. Her mom worked in the 70s in Lumberton and believes that somebody dumped her body going up and down Route 95. As she was found in the 70s, hitchhiking was quite popular then, and anything could have happened if she was traveling from another state. But it did seem like she had enough money to see a dentist, as she had several fillings, and 4 of her molars were extracted, according to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. As of December 2018, 40 years has passed, and there has still been no leads, although we do have speculation. The list I'm about to tell you have been eliminated, according to Web Sleuths. Tammy Ackers, Eva DeBrule, Angela Rader, and Audrey Nierenberg. The next list are of women who are not ruled out, but are possibly the Lumberton County Jane Doe. We have Tammy Jo Alexander, who went missing in 1979. However, she wasn't identified until 2015. Mary Frances Gregory. She was from Parry Sound, Ontario, in Canada. She was born on May 27, 1958, and was 19 years old at the time of her disappearance. She had dark blonde hair and hazel eyes, and she was headed to Palo Alto in California. According to sources, she left Ontario with a male acquaintance, and the male has claimed that he drove her through Pennsylvania, New York, Ohio, Illinois, Columbus, Utah, and Nevada, and he apparently dropped her off at a bus stop in Las Vegas, Nevada, 10 days after her disappearance. However, the man has not been confirmed or identified. Another missing person would be Lynette Marie Miller, who's also a person of interest in the Caledonia Jane Doe. Lynette was last seen on in 1978 while hitchhiking from Idaho to the East Coast. Apparently she liked to catch rides from truck drivers, and she was 16 years old at the time. Her sister sent a sample of May of 2013. However, there has not been any information on that, and Lynette is not listed on any of missing persons sites, and however, she is pronounced deceased. Lori Allison Smith apparently disappeared quite far from North Carolina in a remote area. There has been no information about her, however, her dentals were quite similar. Wendy Eden, who was 15 years old at the time of her disappearance, from Pennsylvania, she had braces, and the Lumberton County Jane Doe did not at the time. Patricia Action, who was 25 years old from Florida. Mary Ronderman, 16 years old from Los Angeles. And then last but not least, we have Teresa Cups, who could be a possibility, but she did disappear with tattoos. And as of right now, the Lumberton County Jane Doe is not identified, and as of my opinion, as of my theory, it could have been an overdose or a suicide, as she probably hitchhiked and ran away from home, as she lived from another state. No one came to claim her due to the fact that the Jane Doe was not posted as a missing person, as she did have access to treatment with her dental work. She could have met up in Robeson County and hung out with the wrong people, and something went wrong. Either she overdosed and people left her there that she was hanging out with, or she could have ended up committing suicide. However, there is still there's no confirmation of what caused her death. However, it is not violent or not suspicious or homicide. So that's it I have for the Lumberton County Jane Doe. I will have all her information along with numbers that you can call if you have any information. I just want to say thanks for tuning in to hear her story. And thanks for watching this week's video. I hope you give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.